Well, let's see if I can zoom in a bit and fix this screen. I'm gonna get you a good view of this, the hole in the sun there. All right. Let's see if I can move it enough there. Well, maybe not. Right about there. Okay, people. This is going to be a very quick little video that I'm going to drop, but it's going to be very informative also. Because I've got to do some wrenching. A wrench fits my hand too, you know. It's not just other people's rides that break down. I am currently broke down. So while I'm waiting on one thing to come through and I've got to go and just pick up a part, it's not a big deal. Around the corner here, in the meantime and in between time, and we'll drop this live. What you're looking at right now is a picture of our sun zoomed in. And this is from www.helioviewer.org. Okay. Here's the thing, people. This is what they're not telling you. This is why I said that. Oh, appreciate the like. I just got here. How are you gonna like something when I just got here? I appreciate it. So, I hadn't done anything yet. Check this out, people. Here's what we got going on. Okay. And I'll put a link up, or I'll put up www.helioviewer when I get a chance, because I'm gonna be turning a wrench. But that is a picture of the hole in the sun. Now, I told you you're being conditioned to get used to the power outages, and it's not just going to be California. So that leads you to understand that there's something, okay, to the effect of, there's a problem. Well, they're trying to blame it on wind. Well, they could technically say wind. It's solar wind. I'm going to tell you that it was a non-event before. It is a possible event now. And it could get worse. It could happen anytime. But I did a video a while back, and I'll have to find a link to that video, because I'll be honest, I've dropped a lot of videos. Been fixing a lot of things that's wrong with people's trucks and videoing it, mine, and trying to teach what I can while I'm still here on this planet. And then maybe even when I'm gone, it'd be useful, right? Well, here's the thing. I did a video a while back where a planet hit our sun. Now, a lot of people think, oh, that's crazy. No, it happens all the time. Not planet-sized objects. The Hale-Bopp comet hit Jupiter. Okay, made a big storm. It was basically, I think, God's way of showing you, hey, look, that could happen to you too. You better be glad you're protected, by the moon, by a lot of things, and that you haven't got hit in a while. Well, here's the thing. Comets, when they go around the sun, depending on their speed, velocity, and their weight, may become what's called sun divers. They may dive right into the sun. Sometimes they'll go around and shoot back into space. The ones that tend to be on a regular cycle, like Halley's Comet, don't go into the sun, so they can continue traveling. They have a pretty predictable orbit. A lot of other ones, and the sun is so massive, we could fit God knows how many Earths in it. Well, they do. They've done the math, thousands. So I think it's 10,000 Earths. I'm not sure. The number is up there. I can't remember everything, people, but I can bring it to you. So here's the thing. Things hit the sun that we don't even see. Most of the time, we don't see it. Most of the time, because it'll hit the backside of the sun. And so comets regularly hit the sun. They're called sun divers. All right. And going further from there, the event that I talked about that actually tore the hole in the sun actually happened on video. A guy was watching, I don't know if it was the GOES satellite. I'm not sure which satellite he was using. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But I did a video on it, and I put a link to his video. And he showed a planet-sized object, let's just call it a planet, hitting the sun. And then I knew it was going to tear a hole in it, and it did make a coronal mass ejection out. It cut about I don't know, it came in, I guess, at about what the angle would be, a 45-degree angle, and then kind of came back out, maybe a steeper angle to make it come back out. or I'm sorry, less shallow angle. Well, it stayed in there, but the coronal mass ejection came out. So it grazed across a curve and it ripped that big hole in the sun. Now, a few days later, hey, there's a hole in the sun, right? And oh, look at that. Yeah. The guy had already dropped the video. I had already did a video on it and put a link to his. And, that was the cause of the hole in the sun. It's not just a look. Sometimes this happens. All right. Now, the sun revolves just like the earth has a revolution, but it also has a rotation, even though it's gases. At the poles, it's like every 30 something days, like 35 or 36 days. At the poles, it moves a little slower, but it's fluid. At the equator, it spins around every like 24, 25 days. I think it's 25 or 26 days, something like that. Okay, it's not an exact science because it's gas, and trying to track the same sunspot is difficult when there's no sunspots. So you don't know exactly what it's doing. Now, going through space, it charges it up too through different rays from other suns hitting it, gamma rays and stuff. It has a lot of stuff hit it. Well, okay. So every 25 days, this hole in this sun, okay, rotates. Okay. So there's the revolution where it goes around the center of the galaxy, and then it's rotation. So every 25 days it rotates. This thing is spewing out solar wind that at any time a part of it could come out another coronal mass ejection, or anywhere along the side of the sun that we're facing could shoot at us, and we just missed something big. Now, here's how it turns into these power outages. They admitted that they shut it off last year. Okay, it was worse about a month, in this basically this part of the year. But I'd say about a month from now, I'd definitely be watching for it. But right now, tomorrow, we're going to be hit with tomorrow now. Doesn't it seem to coincide with the PG&E? What do they call it? PSP? They call it a power shutdown, or public service power shutdown. Whatever. They're not serving anything. So where they cut off the power to the poor people, and the rich people still have power because there's wind. Right. So let's just go real with this. Like I said, you're being conditioned. And this right here is a picture of the problem. And you can't quantify a problem that's new. A planet hit the sun. You can't predict that. It's new. So what they can predict is every 25 days for the past 3 spins, for sure, we've been getting hit with this. Now it's G1 class. Okay, it's kind of weaker, a minor if you call it that, but our magnetosphere, our Earth's magnetic shielding is weak right now. So even M classes could be a kill shot. So even this is going to cause disruption. And when it does, it could be minor where they have to cut off the power because the power is surging off the lines, or it could be so bad that it fries stuff, and then they're needing transformers and they're down for who knows how long. I told you it'd be about every 3 days is what it's going to take for them. I said it on the last video. It's going to take a 3-day shutdown to be safe when these things happen. This is going to happen. I'm going to predict the next power outage, people. Are you ready for me to predict the next power outage? Yeah, 25 days to 36 days from tomorrow, depending on how the sun revolves. There you go. I'm making predictions now. It's science. It's math. It all adds up. So here's what we got. Right now, tomorrow, we're going to be in a power outage. If we have another coronal mass ejection, it could be earlier than that. It could be the next day that they, see that it'll be a couple of days out. So it could be like 3 or 4 days from now. By the time it hit, the Earth, it takes a couple of days to get here. So right now we're traveling, though, through that wind, and it could be, it's definitely going to be from tomorrow, which I put the date up in case anybody wants to debunk me or beat me up later about predicting stuff. Tomorrow is the 24th. Okay, it's Thursday. It's going to continue through the next day, Friday, October the 25th, 2019. All right, the next one, okay, is going to be 25 to 36 days from now. Actually, I have to check my calendar. Why not, right? Today is the 23rd. Let's do this. Let's predict some stuff. Be like Nostradamus here. Only scientific. Let's see. Look up November. Let's see. Right now it's October the 24th. So 30 days from that will be November the 24th. But I got to take away 5 days from that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On November the 19th of 2019, we're going to get another solar wind. Will it be major or minor? It'll be like this one at least. Guaranteed. It'll be at least a G1. So they'll probably turn off the power November the 19th. And then add 25 days to that it's a 25 to 36 day cycle. Do you see what I'm saying, people? That our weather comes from space. This is what I was trying to teach, that they will lie to you and say it's wind or whatever. There have been wind events, but they will lie when this happens. You should know when this happens. You can follow it on www.helioviewer.org, and anything .org is pretty much probably government funded. You know, it's kind of like PBS. Think of it like that. All right. So I got to get going. I've got to work on a truck, but I thought I would put this out there because tomorrow you may have problems with the GPS satellites. You may have problems with your cell phones. It's, you know, you just don't know what it's going to do because we've never had a hole in the sun before. Contrary to what they want you to believe, a planet hit it. Okay. I've got an older video. I'll try to find the link to that and put it on this one. It'll take me a couple of days probably to do it, or maybe tomorrow. And you can't, you know, predict something that you don't know, except the fact that the sun does turn in 25 days at the equator to 36 days at the top. Depends on where this thing moves to, because right now this is centered right here in the center of the sun. So on its you could call it its equator. So if it moves up, if this hole moves up, it's going to try to heal itself. Think of it like an eye, the human eye or something, right? It's going to try to heal itself. Let me see if I can get that off. It's going to try to heal itself a little bit, and it may turn it so that it may move this sunspot north, but then there's still another piece of it below it. So anyways, people, you can take a look at the picture. That was the thumbnail, and screenshot it if you want to, and you can debunk me or beat me up later about it. And when it happens, just, you know, for my haters, you're just going to want to be quiet then and just, you know, not worry about it, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Now, I think it's going to be worse in the next few months, because the sun builds up power, and it just had that coronal mass ejection that we missed, remember? So the next time for it to happen, if you look at the coronal mass ejections and try to predict when they're going to happen by what happened, how many days it's been since one happened, and then the one before that and the one before that, I would say this one's going to be a little bit of an event, and it could be worse than I think, but I don't think it's going to tear a whole bunch of stuff up. Might pop a few transformers. Who knows? It might even take out a satellite. I don't know. What I do know is if another solar flare comes out, even a medium-sized M class, it's a kill shot. So anything even less than that could be troublesome and could tear up some stuff, maybe not everything. And that could happen, I would say, on the next cycle, the next time this thing spins around, which would be that date that I told you I'd be watching for it. This one, they already know it's not the strongest thing in the world, but it's still something to worry about because we have a weak geomagnetic shield. So you can make some comments. I'm going to take a drink of water because I've been talking. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope that the sun has not affected you already, and hopefully this one won't. And I mean, it affects everybody. We're all on the same planet together, right? Well, our weather comes from space. This is what it is. And, you know, I'm doing a little Operation Hot Biscuit here. I'm going to tell you what's going on when I know, hey, they should be telling you this, and they're not. They want to show puppies and kittens and tell you what they're doing for their weekend and all this crap, right? But they don't want to bring this to you. So I'm bringing it to you, people. like I said, tomorrow it will hit, and it just happens to be that PG&E cut off the power today, tomorrow, and the next day. Just like I said, about 3 days. Okay, they said it could end even at the end of the week, and then I think they're going to have to do the same thing coming up. What I say, the 19th? Yeah, November the 19th. It's coming back around. Let's see. And I've got comments here. Listen, I'll just have to tell you, people. I stand on what I say. You will have to, if you want answers for why they do what they do, ask them. All I know is I can tell you what's really happening, and the effects of it. So there's a lot of people that are affected by this, and that's why they went ahead and put out, hey, next time it could be, however many million, what did they say, 16 million, like the whole grid. Why would we have to turn off the whole grid if the last time they turned it off did nothing to help fires? Because they know there's another thing that is a factor that could fry their system. They're going to have to shut it down just like the old telegraph operators had to shut theirs down. It still burned up lines, but it still had power in the lines where they could still telegraph with no power because the sun powered it. It's a big antenna. Your phone is an antenna. All those circuit boards, anything that has wires sticking out in a 360-degree range around it in any kind of configuration, whether it's bent or straight, is an antenna for anything that would hit it. So we got stuff fixing to hit us. Y'all stay safe. I'm gonna get off this thing. You saw it here. Other people cover the hole in the sun. They act like they don't know why. I've already shown the video with a Earth-sized object hit it. I already showed the other guy's link there on another video. I have to find it. But I can tell you tomorrow we're expecting to be hit by this that's already ejected out from the hole, the solar wind that's come out of that hole. And it's bigger than just regular solar wind. And it's a G1 class. So you'll find out tomorrow what happens, and then I think that the next one's going to be worse because it's coupled with the amount of times that we've had CMEs, coronal mass ejections, that have come out that we missed. Like one was facing a different direction. If we had been 3 months ahead, it would have took out everything we got. So I'm going to keep up with this because the Earth's kind of weaker. And I mean, what's it going to matter in a million years if they burn up our whole system and my video's gone and I don't even have a channel, right? I'm just putting it out here today. Take the knowledge, go further. Y'all stay safe. I'm getting off this thing. I'm out. Peace.